Hey, what's up? This is totally not like my third time recording this because of OBS blowing up. But I'm Sora. I'm coach of the Dover Delmise, and you are watching week 1 of the VBL-S season 14. This week we are up against Keith and Ursaring that bell. Pretty demonic team that we'll take a look at in a second. But trying to start the season off on a good foot. I definitely did not do that last season. I lost, I believe, the first 2 weeks I lost 0-2 both times. So sky's the limit. Maybe we take a game in the first 2 weeks this season. Who knows? But yeah, pretty scary matchup. But that's kind of like it's gonna happen. Every matchup is probably gonna be scary this season. So can't really do a whole lot about that. Yeah, let's take a look at the matchup and get some thoughts. So first thing that kind of sticks out here is that we have the fastest Pokemon, Talonflame. Though, speed doesn't matter so much when priority moves are being thrown around, especially when those priority moves are super effective against my Talonflame. So unless I'm pressing a priority move, I could just get blown up by Celerock or Aqua Jet, which is something that I need to keep in mind. But I do have the fastest Pokemon in the match. They do have a Prankster Talon Setter and Illumise. So I need to, be careful of that as well. Like, if I don't lead Talonflame, they lead Illumise. They can kind of snowball the game pretty quickly with speed. They have you can't really ignore the String Cheese Man sitting there with his stupid make it rain move, spread damage, blah blah blah, with Berserker, mind you. As if it wasn't scary enough already. It gets boost on boost on boost. Thank God Helping Hand doesn't work on Good as Gold, or else it would just be completely oppressive. But still, like a Terra Steel, Choice Specs, Make It Rain with Steely Spirit, your calcs don't really matter. Like, unless you resist it, you're probably dead. Unless you have like an amazing special wall, you're probably dead. Like, you can't let it happen. If you let it happen, you just lose. That's kind of the way it goes. So, a lot of focus put into stopping this Golden Go from just pressing buttons, because if it does, we lose. It's simple as that. There's no way to win. But there are plenty of other threats on Keith's team. There's Hydreigon, which we used previously. It's not the fastest Pokemon, but it puts out some pretty good damage. It's a ground immunity, so it has pretty good synergy with Golden Go. It can switch in on ground moves and just absorb them with Levitate. It can do some pretty good damage itself, so always a threat. It's a pseudo. Lycanroc Dusk, I think, is a pretty underrated Pokemon. Its speed is pretty good, has a really, really, surprisingly high damage output because of Tough Claws. And a Celerock is a very good move as well. Having a priority rock move, I believe that gets boosted by Tough Claws, is pretty crazy. I used it my first season in the VBL. It was really good. I loved it. You can't sleep on Tauros either. It's their only Intimidator, so I don't know if it'll come or not, but, they need to be careful of Intimidate around my Kingambit because of Defiant. But other than that, fighting's pretty good in the Kingambit, water's pretty good in the Talonflame. My team in general doesn't love dealing with Tauros, so gonna have to definitely answer that problem in the match. Florges, I'd say pretty decent fairy type. Like, it's probably not the best fairy type, but it's a good special wall. It's got okay damage output. You have to respect it because it can set up and also just sit on the field for a long time if you don't have an answer to it. On the Trick Room side, Snorlax is kind of scary if it manages to get set up. There's no redirection on this team that I can see. So like a Follow Me Belly Drum is not really a problem we have to deal with. They do have Fake Out on Berserker though, so they could do Fake Out Belly Drum if they're feeling particularly insane. But their Trick Room mode is, I'd say, better than mine. I have 130 speed Pokemon. They have 2, so it would be a speed tie if we ran min speed on them. Kind of not aiming for Trick Room here. I think I'd rather go faster. Thankfully, my Golden Go's speed is actually kind of nice for me because it's 84. So I have 3 Pokemon that just barely outspeed him. So I can just put speed in those Pokemon and outspeed Golden Go outside of Trick Room, and hopefully kill it and get it out of my face. So yeah, with and then Illumise, right? Prankster Tailwind, it's got annoying supportive moves. It's a problem to deal with. It's gonna die. It dies fairly easily, but it's kind of annoying to deal with. It does what it needs to do and gets off the field. So I've actually used this Pokemon on a VGC team before. It was pretty fun. I'm not really looking forward to playing against it here. So, but yeah, how have I answered these threats? How have I approached the matchup? Let's take a look at that. So first off, we have our Kingambit. I think this one's pretty obvious why we would bring it. He's kind of like a win condition. If you can get him in a good position, he does a ton of damage, especially with the black classes. Terra Ghost is kind of obvious, but we're playing Terra Preview anyway, so like they're gonna, you know, I don't have to really worry about whether it's obvious or not, right? Because they're gonna know regardless. It's just there as kind of a defensive tool in case I need to avoid a fighting move from Tauros, for example. I opted for, instead of doing like an assault vest set or like a life orb, I wanted to just run black glasses to make my dark type move stronger. I have my life orb used elsewhere, and I have my choice band used elsewhere as well. So it just felt like a good way to boost up that sucker punch, that kowtow cleave. I'm running double dark instead of having a coverage move, just because I don't want to get stuck with just sucker punch in a scenario where I want to press a dark move, but like I don't want to get into the mind games and not have the option. And protect is nice to have, helps scout out things, because you know you don't want to get blown up on this thing. You want it to last a while. Next up, we got our boy Talonflame. We're actually running an offensive set. So like, I mean, usually your Talonflame sets are gonna probably be max speed, max attack, but you're gonna run Covert Cloak or Focus Sash or Safety Goggles or something like that. I'm running Life Orb, and it's for one reason really, and it's to kill Golden Go with Flare Blitz. It's possible that this could catch Keith off guard. You might not expect, you might expect on lead a Talonflame to just press Tailwind or press like Brave Bird and something, or like try to burn you, or something like that. Obviously you can't burn Golden Go, but maybe like burn his partner or whatever. You might not be ready for the Life Orb Flare Blitz to come into you. It does knock them out, even if they're like fully bulky. I ran that calc. So unless they tear out of the steel type or into a type that is neutral or resist fire, they will die. So that's kind of there as like maybe a trick that they might not see coming. But then we also obviously have Talon and Brave Bird. And you basically have to run Protect if you're not running Covert Cloak. It's either Protect or Quick Guard, right? To lead, if they lead Fake Out, the only way you're not losing your Galings is if you Protect. Unless you have Covert Cloak, you can still kind of like outspeed and Tailwind, but you don't want to get just blown up on this thing right away, or else you're feeling pretty sad. Next up, we have Glamora, rocking the Focus Sash. Obviously, Toxic Debris, pretty good ability here. Poison's not an amazing type, but it has some, like, the things that it hits well. Like, it hits Flare just pretty well. Earth Power hits pretty well into a lot of the team. There's 2 steel types, for example, that probably want to play together, and they don't really want to eat an Earth Power. I opted not to go for the Power Meteor Beam set, just because I didn't want to have to risk missing or setting up. And I don't think Glamora's main role is to do that damage. It's to hopefully take a couple hits. Focus Sash will guarantee we take at least one. Preferably they're physical and we get some toxic spikes up and we kind of start chipping things away a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Power Gem, Earth Power, they're still going to hit pretty hard. This Pokemon's special attack stat's pretty good. And we're rocking Terra Ground, mostly just for defensive purposes, but it also gives us stab on our Earth Power, which could, they're going to know it obviously from Terra Preview, but it will hurt Golden Go quite a bit. And we have enough speed here to outspeed a max speed Timid Golden Go. Or plus speed nature Golden Go. Now we have Komodo. We're running a special set this week. I really went back and forth on whether to run this thing physical or special. I don't think the Iron Defense Body Press set was very good this week, just looking at the matchup. Because like if you can't press it in the Golden Go, like it's not good to bring in a lot of cases. Like unless he's insane and he doesn't prep around Golden Go for whatever reason. But yeah, so we're doing the Throat Spray setup, so we can press Clangor Soul or Clang Scales, and you'll get a Throat Spray buff. If you press Clangor Soul, you get an Omni boost and then an extra boost to your special attack. So you get all that bulk, plus you get +2 special attack. So it's pretty scary. Like if you get it off, if you manage to get it off, this Pokemon becomes very scary. You get spread moves, or spread damage from your Clanging Scales. Or Flamethrower is pretty decent coverage into like Golden Go, for example. If you get that boost up and Flamethrower the Golden Go, it's not going to have a very good time. And Bulletproof is actually a pretty nice ability this week because it's immune to Shadow Ball that way. So if you Terra Steel this thing in front of Golden Go and you get the Omni boost up, you're actually in a pretty decent spot, depending on what coverage they run. Like they could run Focus Blast, right? But you don't really expect that unless they're like full on specs and they're, reading Steel Terrors or whatever and they want to run Focus Blast. But if that's how it is, so be it. But you know, if this thing gets set up and gets a Terra Seal in front of Golden Go, you can't Shadow Ball it. Also, even if I'm not using this thing actively to set up, having a Shadow Ball immunity in the back is pretty nice for the things that don't want to eat a Shadow Ball, and it helps you kind of switch around a little bit, which kind of synergizes well with our next member, which is Slowking. Slowking is running a lot of special attack actually, and that's so that it's so that Scald does a lot of damage to something. I don't remember off the top of my head. It might have been to kill Lycanroc. I don't remember the exact calc. There was a reason I did that. I have a bad habit of when I'm prepping, I'll EV for specific things and I'll forget what it was for. But I'm sure I'll remember during the battle. Copium. Yeah, so then just the rest goes in the special bulk. This thing is here to, you know, potentially reverse Trick Room, potentially set it. Who knows? Scald is just a very good move. Heal Pulse is pretty good synergy with Komodo, right? It can press Cling or Soul, and then you can Heal Pulse it back up. I'm not running the physical Komodo set with Drain Punch, right? So being able to, I don't have any other form of healing for it. And then I'm actually running Regenerator instead of Oblivious. Since I'm not really focused on getting Trick Room set up, like I don't really plan to lead this unless I really want to lead with Komodo Slowking and hope that they don't punish it. So I feel like Regenerator is kind of nice to have because I can switch this thing in and out. It kind of synergizes, like I said, with the Komodo because you want to press Shadow Ball into this, well, you can't press Shadow Ball in the Komodo, so you kind of switch them back and forth a little bit. You might be able to get some healing up and be a bit annoying. Last but not least, we have Overquill. We're running a Choice Band set with Intimidate, Terra Water, so that we get a boost on our Liquidation in our Aqua Jet. Like I said, Poison's not an amazing type into this match because of the Steel types. It does hit Florges pretty hard, and you know there are plenty of Pokemon that it hits for neutral damage. There's also some pretty decent synergy here. If Glamora gets poisons onto anything, Barb Barrage suddenly becomes a 120 base power move. So a 120 base power move with a Choice Band boost is pretty scary. We're running max speed because of this outspeeds Golden Go at max speed because I'm slightly faster than it naturally. So a Choice Banded Crunch is going to do quite a lot of damage. They can Terra, and we can still do a lot of damage depending on what they Terra into. So, and then Aqua Jet, good priority. Choice Band, if we Terra Water Choice Band, Aqua Jet is still going to do a pretty decent amount of damage. So yeah, that's the squad for the week. I feel pretty okay about this. Obviously, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth and suddenly realize their plan doesn't work. And I feel like that's happened to me a lot in Draft League, is I think I have a pretty solid plan, and then I load into game one and I realize my plan was not good at all. So I'm hoping that this is one of those times where maybe the plan is actually pretty decent. But yeah, that's all there is to say about the matchup. The only thing left to do now is to actually play it. So let's hop right into it. Oh boy. Ayo. Let's make sure everything looks good on my end. All right, I need to write down these Terras real quick so I don't forget them. Taurus is Steel. Florges is Ground. High. There's no Golden Go. What? Huh? Okay, I did not expect to see that. Let's see. I mean, Como is kind of nice if we can get set up here. I don't know about Glamora on lead. There's a pretty scary team for Glamora to deal with. I kind of like Talonflame on lead for sure. Game one, we just go quick, go fast. Go Talonflame Komodo. King Gambit and Overquill. Let's do that. I don't know. Okay, so that's a Tailwinder. That's a Dragon Boy. I definitely do not want to eat a Draco. I don't think. And they are faster than me unless I tailwind. I'm actually not running a dragon move. Actually, no, I'm stupid. Clinging skills. So we would match tailwinds and he would be faster than me. So I need to be aware of that. So I might need to I might need to just tear off the rip, to be honest. Problem is I can get taunted. I think this gets taunt. I mean, we go for it. Maybe I just Brave Bird this thing. And Terra Steel Playing Soul. Okay, they intimidate me. I Terra Steel. I Brave Bird them. It does not kill. And they Tailwind. Oh, the Mirror Herb. Oh, that's a good play. That's a good play. Oh, they're fast as heck now. And ooh. That's not ideal. Close combat will definitely kill me. How much does it do to over? They'd be back to neutral if I switch to Overquill. I do live it. I'll just try for Tailwind, I think. Or I could Brave Bird the Tauros if they're going to... The Tauros is Terra Steel. Do they Terra here? I don't think so. Okay, they're just Raging Bull. So they didn't go for close combat. Interesting. Yeah, we're kind of not loving this right now, that's for sure. They are neutral now, so I should live... Do I live a close combat? I do not live a close combat. Clinging Scales is still my best move, though. And then into Tauros, it's... my moves aren't great here because they have the defense boost. So we'll go for Barbarage and hope for a poison, maybe. Okay, they close combat me. Yeah, okay, so Mirror Herb Tauros. I need to write that down. Tauros is Mirror Herb. That was a very... They read that play rate off, which is smart from them, and they have Raging Bull CC. We didn't see anything from Hydreigon. We saw Tailwind Encore from Illumise. Okay. They have one turn of Tailwind left, but they're gonna be... I mean, they're gonna be super fast anyway. Sucker can't kill them either. Okay, they're playing for crits. Poison? No, okay. They're still faster than me. I kind of have to sucker punch them, but they can... Yeah, I have to sucker. I don't really have an option. Right. Yeah, Tauros was fast. So the Tauros is definitely max speed. They're both max speed. I mean, Sucker only does 30% into this. If I double this and die here, I think I just die anyway to close combat, right? Yeah, I think I just lose. So I have to Sucker this. Yeah, they protect. It's smart. Okay. And they Heat Wave. All right, so they're Heat Wave with Focus Energy. They double crit, so they're probably Scope Lens. and they're faster than me. I took 52, so I die. I mean, it could be a roll. I don't think I have any way out here, like, unfortunately. Yep. Dang. Okay, it's very well played by Keith there. The Mirror Herb Tauros was a pretty big bring. I need to be aware of that. I definitely should have gone Tailwind there. It was pretty silly not to go Tailwind. I think, I don't know, Illumise is probably Sash, so I wouldn't have even killed it anyway. But okay, let's think about what we saw a little bit. So the Hydreigon was Focus Energy and Heat Wave. It's probably got Draco. And we're assuming Scope Lens. We saw Protect on Tauros. We know they're both max speed. We don't know if Illumise has Taunt. We know it has Encore and Tailwind. Okay. We could... Slowking's position could be okay, except for against Tauros, it's kind of bad. We actually don't have an amazing Tauros answer. I didn't respect it enough. Because I didn't bring a Psychic move on Slowking. But okay, we learned to not just try to go for it turn 1 this time. Let's go Talonflame Glamora maybe this time. And just try to get our Tailwind up. And then we'll do... I think Overquill was fine. Intimidate's good, and it kind of lives these moves. Komoa without setting up is, like, okay. Slowking is a... Let's try Komoa in the back. Okay, so they go Lycanroc and Hydreigon. Alright, I mean, a Celorock is obviously a problem that I can't really get around. Let me... 1 second. Celorock is only +1 priority, right? Yeah. Question is if they have Earth Power. Okay, they are Sash. They're faster than me on that. They're probably going to Heat Wave. I still have my Gale Wings intact. I think I need to get the speed advantage here. Which is kind of unfortunate because I will just die. And I don't have a spread move here to press. I could Spiky Shield Tailwind and hope that they... I mean, there's no reason for them not to like a Celorock Heat Wave here, right? I guess we just secure the Tailwind. And do we kill Lycanroc? I think so. I'll Sludge Bomb this a lot in case they switch. Oh, that's... yeah, that's smart. Okay, we get 2 layers of spikes up. Drill Run and Celorock, they were Sash. So they have Ground, Rock, probably Fighting. I do outspeed this Hydreigon, but they are Terra Fairy, which is something I need to be aware of. And I can get a Celorock on Talonflame now, so I need to get rid of this thing for sure. Question is... I guess we'll go Overquill. I mean, I don't live a -1 to Celorock. So what are the options here? Protect Talonflame, kill this, and then next turn go for this, and then hope that it doesn't have... It's showing Focus Energy, Heat Wave. It's probably got Draco. I could also Aqua Jet this because I'm faster than them now. And Brave Bird that for as much damage as possible. But then I'm locked in to Aqua Jet for the rest of the game, which is just not ideal. So I basically have to Brave Bird this or did I just protect? No. So I could protect and kill the Lycanroc and hope this doesn't have Earth Power. I have to lock into a move too, which is kind of scary, but we'll lock into this. Okay. So we take care of that guy. What's he doing? Does he have Earth Power? No, he's Draco. And I get crit. And, I mean, I'm always getting crit there. I can't really avoid that, unfortunately. Okay. Probably not Terra Stealing this game. That's for sure. Brave Bird does about half. It can kill this camera up depending on its set. Oh man, what do I take less damage? If I Terra Steel, I take I resist the Draco, but I'm weak to the Heat Wave. I think I need to hope that Brave Bird kills and I get this. We don't know what camera up has though. Alright, is that the play? I mean, we don't know their set. They are probably like max HP. Right? So they're not gonna die. The other options... Double this. Do they have Protect? I think Brave Bird plus Clanging Scales should always knock it out. But it does lower my... Oh, it lowers my defense. That's okay. Yeah, of course. Terra Fairy. And I don't really have a move to hit this now. Earth Power. Yeah. Yeah, I can't kill it now unless I crit it. Oh, I actually can't. They're not bulky. I live, but they have 2 Pokemon left, so my Tailwind ends, they eat a citrus, and they have Toxic. I've been intimidated. Yeah. It's close, but it's not enough. I'd need to crit the Clanging Scales. It's the only way. Yep. Oh, they're faster. Never mind. Tailwind's over. Damn. Okay. Well, not a good start, that's for sure. Pretty rough one, but very well played to Keith. To be honest, I was so prepared for Golden Go that I did not expect this to like this. I didn't expect this to be the bring it all. It's not real. Yeah, that was I mean, that was really smart by him to probably assume that I was gonna over prep for the Golden Go Berserker combo and bring not that. So, you know, props props to him for that. It's, you know, it's not easy to leave your best Pokemon at home. The Mirror Herb Tauros game 1 really got me. The switch in on my Claying Soul really got me. And yeah, I definitely was not prepared for this 6 very well. Hydreigon put in a lot more work than I expected it to, I think. But, you know, it's kind of how it goes. It's, you know, it's an unfortunate way to start things off again, but it's always going to be tough. It sucks to lose 2-0 because, you know, you'd at least like it to be a good set. I don't think this wasn't a very good set. I got 4-0'd first game. Barely managed to take a couple KOs the second game, so kind of a rough showing by me, but I think it's a good learning experience. Not sure I have a whole lot to say about this one, to be honest. I definitely should have tailwinded. I don't think you ever like read a Tauros switch in with Mirror right off the rip, because it's a super aggressive play, but I definitely should have just tailwinded here. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I kind of thought that maybe if the Illumise was not Sash for whatever reason, and it was on Lycanroc, like I kill them with Brave Bird, and then I can just tailwind the next turn because I'll be faster. Unless they, like, if they double my... Yeah, I don't think my idea was that crazy, right? If I killed Illumise, right, because it either has Sash or Lycanroc has Sash, and I feel like Sash on Lycanroc is, unless it's Life Orb, is basically always going to be Sash because of how frail it is. So I was willing to take that gamble, but the switch in of the Tauros to get the Intimidate made the difference here, because I don't remember exactly how much it did, but 68. Yeah, I think that would have probably killed, unless they... It might have been... Yeah, unless they were like max... If they were max defense where they live? No, it was a guaranteed kill. Okay. So I don't think it was a bad idea. Like, they were dead if it weren't for the Intimidate. So it was a really good switch. So the idea from my point of view here was either I kill... You know, I can kill Illumise and get my boost, right? If they target my... I think I Terra Sealed off the rip too. If they target my Komodo with Draco, where I resist the Draco, right? So I don't take a ton of damage. I take some damage, but like it wouldn't be terrible. And then Illumise is dead, and they'd either have to kill my Komodo or target my Komodo or kill my Talonflame. If they don't kill my Talonflame, then I get Tailwind next turn. If they don't damage my Komodo, then I'm just super boosted with less damage on me. But this like completely broke me. This play was like the perfect play for him to make here. Because he got Tailwind up and I didn't. And he got my boosts. So my boost didn't matter because they were already faster than me. And now I'm Terra Steel in front of a Tauros and I have to switch. So it's kind of just, I'm on the back foot from here and there's really no coming back. Because I didn't bring... If I had Slowking, I maybe had a better switch, but like, I don't know. Kingambit kind of did nothing here. If I had Slowking, I might have been a little better, but yeah, it was like a really good play from him to catch me off guard right at the start. So, you know, props on that. And then game 2 was a little bit closer, at least. You know, the Lycanroc lead is tough to deal with for Talonflame, unless you Terra defensively, which I was running Terra Fire to try to make sure I could kill Glamora. On the turn 1, I basically have to respect a Celerock. So it's like a tough lead for me to like play around. I could have like double protected to see what they wanted to do, but they would have just gotten their focus energy up for free and I would have got nothing out of it. I could have gone Tailwind and I would have gotten it off. but they were sash on Lycanroc anyway, so it kind of was a moot point. Like, because I targeted Lycanroc, we would have basically had the same outcome. Except, yeah, I don't think it. This I should have protected the turn I tailwinded maybe. To block the. Actually, yeah. Why didn't I? I should have spiky shielded because they would have killed themselves. That was stupid. That was a play I definitely missed. I should have spiky shielded there. They would have killed themselves. And I would have had free tailwind. And then I don't have to deal with this thing this turn. So I don't have to protect my Talonflame. I can just... yeah. So that would have been a much better position for me, I think. So that was definitely a misplay. And then, yeah. The crit Hydreigon build is really scary. I didn't respect that enough in prep for sure. And then... Terra Preview, and I forget the Terras. It's the first time playing with it. I guess it's gonna happen eventually, but yeah. I mean, I still think I don't know for sure if I would have won from this position because if I had Heat Wave, right? It's like this would have died. I would have taken damage from Heat Wave. I guess next turn I would have been able to double the Hydreigon. And I think that's the Glamour I think they die to that, to be honest, to double up. Yeah, that was a big misplay on my part to not think about the Accelerock there at the end, so it's a tough one. I said I didn't have much to say, and then I blabbed a bunch, but that's how she goes sometimes, you know. You get punched in the mouth and you don't really have an answer to it, and it's not a good look for sure. So hopefully we can bounce back next week, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed me getting my face pounded in. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll not have the same thing happen. But until then, see you next time, and have a good day. Bye-bye.